Okay, for y'all that don't know me, I'm Boyd. I think most everyone knows me, but I'm Boyd Padgett. I'm the small grain specialist for the state, and I'm also a research extension plant pathologist. I want to give y'all a little bit of an update on the wheat crop. This is the most wheat I've seen probably in the last 5 years. I came over from St. Joe this morning, and I was pleasantly surprised to see a lot of wheat. Considering the freeze that we had back in January, if you went and looked at the charts from the Midwest as far as freeze injury, we shouldn't have a crop right now. But thank goodness the Lord sent snow and sleet. It insulated the crop. I think we're going to have a good crop. May not hit any home runs, but I think we're going to get a good crop. And the price right now, over $6, pretty good, pretty good. Right now, as far as what I'm seeing in the field, I've visited with Trey and Steve. I'm starting to see a little bit of leaf rust. Of course, stripe rust is rampant. Y'all saw that in the OVT variety test. I'm starting to see some scab as well. So just kind of keep in mind. I don't know, Steve, are you seeing any scab?
There's tons of it in Baton Rouge.
Oh, we got...
The thing about scab is, you know, we put out these misted nurseries, and you water and you water and you inoculate, and you say, we're just not going to have scab this year. About 10 days after that wheat is pollinated,
yep,
you go home on Friday and it's clean, and you come back on Monday and there's whiteheads everywhere.
Yeah, we got some plots that are probably rating a 7 on a 0 to 9. So we'll have some good information. Trey alluded to the work that's being done here with the scab nursery. We have a location at Alexandria as well, and at Ben Hur in Baton Rouge. So that should provide y'all some information. As Steve mentioned, taking genetic resistance and combining that with some of the fungicides, and I'll mention some of that work in just a second that we're doing. We have 47,000 acres that were certified in the state. We have lost some. We had some very wet weather. But as far as are there any questions about the update? And then I'll give you a kind of a, y'all look very engaged. Very engaged. All right, switching gears, talk a little bit about some of the work that we're looking at fungicide tests. We have some scab studies that's being funded by the Scab Initiative that Trey had some signage. We have different varieties. We have 3 different varieties, and they range in resistance to Fusarium head scab, from susceptible to as resistant as you can get. It's going to be moderate. And we're looking at Miravis, Caramba, and Prosaro. Bayer, I will mention, has another a new product coming out called Prosaro Pro. Has 3 active ingredients. It's the Prosaro plus SDHI. Miravis Ace is a newer product from Syngenta. It seems to work pretty well against scab. So that's 2 options. And BASF has a compound as well. It's not labeled yet. I don't know where they come up with the names, but Spherix or something like that. I'm not sure if that's in the dictionary or not. Probably not. We do have some timing studies, and what we're looking at, we have Miravis Ace at several different timings: early heading, flowering, and then 6 days after flowering. I will say this, and this is probably true for all the scab fungicides: if you're late on your application, you're going to pay for it. Infection occurs at flowering, and you need to time that application as best to where the majority of your crop is flowering. If you apply it a little early, you're usually okay. We also, Trey and I, have some foliar fungicide tests that we're looking at, and we got a lot of stripe rust, so we should have a lot of good information as far as the management of that particular disease. And finally, we work with the growers, and we appreciate the work. Soybean and Grain Board provides funding for this research, and we couldn't do that work without their help, as well as the Scab Initiative. But we have off-station tests. We have variety core blocks located at several areas across the state. And if you, as a producer, are interested in looking at varieties on your farm or if you know of people that might want to do that, we do that as well. We also put out fungicide tests. Trey has a mud master over here. We can actually go in the field and put out a small plot replicated test on your farm. Well, thank y'all so much. Y'all are always welcome here on the station, and I'll